Good morning, gardeners. This is Vicki. I garden in Zone 5B. Wanted to give an update on my terrace garden. Last time I videoed this garden, I said that I was going to tear out the cosmos next year and leave them in for the rest of this year. But I changed my mind. There's a bunch of them on the ground there. You can still see in the second terrace that it's overrun with grass and weeds and cosmos and all of that. But I'm trying to at least get this bottom one under control this year. So I've done that. I would really like to get some compost laid down to help suppress weeds, and then just of course help fertilize the soil for the plants. But it's expensive for a area this big, so just have to see if that's going to fit in the budget this fall. Haven't really changed much over here. I've got my garden sage, purple salvias, creeping jennies, more of that. Right here is a rosemary that is finally getting some sun now that I pulled the cosmos that were all around it out of there. Also, what is this called? Gaiety Euronymous, I think. That is a rose. Lady Shallot, which is a David Austin rose. No blooms yet. I just planted that like a month ago, but it's put on a lot of growth, a lot of leaf. Pretty happy with its progress. And it was also being shaded by the cosmos. So now that it's getting true full sun, hopefully it'll put on a lot of growth before the end of the year. In the back there is a Monarda. Still not very big. Hopefully that gets tall next year. This grass right here, I've said before, I can't remember what type it is. I tend to move things around in my garden a lot when I change my mind. So unfortunately I don't know the name of that grass, but it is really pretty. I do not think that's one of my foxtrots. See, I have a foxtrot up here, and it has already some little foxtails on it. So I don't think that this is the same kind. I believe this grass right here possibly doesn't get one of those stalks. Oh, there's like two more cosmos I need to pull out of there, so just ignore that. Purple Veronica right here. Got some brown-eyed Susans. Okay, I rearranged a bunch of stuff once I pulled out all those cosmos. Ooh, new addition. That right there is St. John's wort, and it's the native variety to the United States. I believe the cultivar is called Ames, but it's a cultivar of the native variety that is native to the Midwest, especially like Michigan area. Not so much Iowa, but I mean, that's close enough for me. I'm Midwest, so I'm going with it. Anyway, I've got one of those over there and one over there. Okay, so what I tried to do was to kind of create a little bit of order on this bottom terrace. So these little grasses right here are hamelin. I don't know how to say it, but I've got one there, and then two there, another one there, another one there, and another one there. So I just kind of wanted it to do like a wide arc around the front. And then I mirrored the St. John's wort that I just bought, so I have two of them, one down there and one over here. And then it's very loosely organized, but I do have another Monarda on this side, another rose on this side, although this rose will be Jacques Cartier. It's a pink rose by David Austin, planted at the same time as the other one. So I don't know if we'll see any blooms on it this year, but definitely putting on a lot of growth. And then over here is mostly lamb's ear, which is looking really sad because I just separated it this morning. But these had grown so spectacularly in the past like month and a half since I planted them that I already split them from 2 plants to 4. So hopefully those bounce back. I've never divided and split those before, so I don't really know what typically happens. This plant is Agara. Little yellow rose. I don't know the variety, but it's been in my garden for a long time. Finally getting sun. These are some orange, wild orange lilies, the Asiatic kind. I wish there was a native cultivar because I really like them, but these right here are more of the brown-eyed Susans. So I had 4 of them planted down on that end, and then when I decided to do this whole mirroring thing, I moved the 2 over here that haven't started blooming yet, and I just left the ones that were already blooming down there. But hopefully next year we'll have kind of this mirror image thing going on both sides. In the middle here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pink salvias, kind of again following the arc of that grass that goes around. All along the front, I've planted succulents. I'll add some more to this log eventually, but it keeps getting kind of washed out. This plant right here is tick seed, coreopsis, and it was buried in grass and behind the cosmos. I think it was staying too wet because its leaves are kind of black. I cut off all the blooms. This one still has a few, and it has a little bit of that same like blackening, but not quite as bad as the other one. But again, the mirroring thing on both sides. On this side of this little grass right here, that's a columbine, and then another one on that side. And then I have these 2 kind of little bushes to the back are Stand By Me clematis. And then on this side, again, I have 2 Stand By Me clematis right there. This one in the back is like not in great shape, so it's kind of small. Okay, so that's what I've done up here. That was a lot of work.